Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, it's time for Wave 2 of the GI Joe Classified line, and that's what I want to talk about on today's episode. So roll that intro.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Cobra! Cobra! Armies of the night, evil taking flight. Cobra!
So last time on the channel, I talked about Wave 1 of the GI Joe Classified line. So I thought I would take you guys on a journey with me again and show you guys Wave 2 of the GI Joe Classified line. Now, there was only 4 figures released in Wave 2. And we're going to talk about them real quick, and we're going to go over them, and I'm going to show you a little bit about them. So the first figure was extremely sought after because in the original wave, Cobra Commander was not released and people were pissed. They wanted to get their hands on the Cobra leader himself. So the first figure from Wave 2 is actually Cobra Commander himself. Such an iconic bad guy, such an iconic leader, the iconic voice that they used in the original cartoon.
This temple is in no danger because nobody knows where it is. Now get out of my sight!
Everything about this character just oozes awesomeness. He was always one of my favorites, watching the cartoon when I was a kid. He was so diabolical and just something really cool about Cobra Commander. He just totally led the Cobra with an iron fist. I mean, he was just extremely crazy. He would just be like, attack! Like, he would just do everything he could to eliminate G.I. Joe, but, like cartoons were back in the day, he never succeeded because why would he? Then the series would be over, right? So, Cobra Commander, he's actually number 6 in Wave 2. Now, a funny thing about him is the blue that they use, some people complained about because if you look at the packaging right here, he has the much lighter blue on. And some people like this figure, but people were bitching like crazy to Hasbro because Hasbro's kind of weird. They actually made some changes to the new figures, trying to update them for today's times. And some of these decisions weren't very smart. So one of the decisions that a lot of people were pissed off about was his blue was insanely dark. Hasbro did eventually listen to that, but this figure itself is so freaking cool looking. I mean, I love his awesome outfit. He's got the dagger on his side and he's got his actual pistol. Now, it's a little different from the pistol that was on his original figure. If you look, it has the snake emblem actually on the pistol, and this looks more like a old school pirate gun that they used. The original figure from the vintage 80s line, it was just a pistol that you could actually put it in his back and it would stick to his back, so you could kind of conceal it and hide it if you were, I guess, only in front of him. But they actually added this awesome knife right here with an actual King Cobra as the handle for you to hold it. So it was just incredible looking. And he has a couple different fists that you can change to. But just if you look at this figure, it just looks phenomenal. Great paint, awesome quality. And then you get the side view here if you like to keep these complete in box like me. Just such cool artwork. And then look at the background. Oh my god, with the night ravens, those things look so dope. Like I said on the previous video, it actually had a couple little Easter eggs, and this one was no different. So everybody saw Baroness, but on this one, that was Hasbro's way of giving you a little hint of what figures were coming next, because nobody really knew. They kept these a secret, and then when they did kind of give some information, they all had code names, so you really didn't know which figure it was because they used a code name. So super cool figure. So like I said, a lot of people were upset about his blue outfit, and Hasbro actually listened to this because a little while after this one was released, Hasbro Pulse, which is a website that Hasbro uses where you can get exclusive figures only through them, and they released an appropriate substitution, the Cobra Commander with the royal blue. Now, a lot of people were so freaking happy that they changed the original Cobra Commander to a more authentic looking, cartoon worthy version of Cobra Commander, and it matched the box art perfectly. pretty much the same figure exactly, but they did change some stuff about his knife, which they made it all gold with the red, and then they made his pistol all gold. He's got his gold shoulder straps and gold on his boots. So a lot of people love this version, and this was only available through Hasbro Pulse, and it sold out immediately, and it was really hard to get, and there's really no difference on any other part of it. There's the back, and there's the number 6, and you can pretty much just put these right beside each other like this, and they look pretty good together. So I just thought that was really cool that they you know, kind of listened to the fans and was like, you know what, we did kind of like fuck up here, so let's go ahead and release a royal blue version. And I'm not gonna lie, I do like this one a little bit better. This one's a little dark, and I don't like how they changed that because everything kind of blends together. I mean, his red was cool on his pants, if you guys can see that, but I don't know, something about the gold really pops off for this figure, so I like the royal blue version better. Next figure I want to talk about was number 7, and he was extremely sought after and hard to get also when he first came out. So I want to talk about number 7, which is Gung Ho. And so many people wanted a Gung Ho. They were looking forever, waiting for him, and Hasbro finally listened and released him. And Gung Ho is such an iconic character.
You don't think the Baroness would mess with my family, do you?
Revenge is just her style.
One of the gotta be in the top 5 G.I. Joe characters of all time is the infamous Gung Ho. Such a badass. And they gave him a couple more accessories in this classified version than he had in the original vintage line. But I really do like this figure. They kept it simple. They made him big and buff, and they put the dope ass tattoo on his chest, if you guys can see that. He's got the backpack. He's got a grenade launcher. He looks like he has a pump action shotty. And then he's got what looks to be a kind of a futuristic rifle. So really cool figure. I love the side art that he has on here. I mean, just check it out. Look at that, man. Just such a badass character. The back pretty much the same. Number 7 is Gung Ho. Everybody loved Gung Ho. And I like this figure. I love the military green fatigues. Keep it simple and keep it close to the original. The original was a little bit lighter. Well, actually, it was a lot lighter green. But I think this version is great too. I really do. It's such a cool looking character. So number 7 is Gung Ho. And number 8 was actually a character that they made up for the classified line. And the reason they did this is because he was an army builder. And what that means in the G.I. Joe collecting community is a lot of people from the vintage line all the way up to now. I'm talking 30 plus years of G.I. Joe collecting. Most people have these things and they call them army building, and which means they buy the same figure over and over and they build huge armies with them for their display cases. And this line didn't have one so far. So what Hasbro did was they made an actual army builder, but it wasn't an original figure. It was actually made just for that, and it's the Red Ninja. This figure is fantastic. I mean, a completely brand new mold. There was a Red Ninja in the G.I. Joe line, but it wasn't in the vintage line. It was like from like 2012, and it looks nothing like this. So this was an actual like authentic brand new Red Ninja figure. I mean, just look at that box art and look at the outfit. Look at the weapons. He's got the size. He's got the dope ass sword. He's got these battle axes right here. I mean, this figure was super cool. So they needed an army builder for the line because with COVID and everything really took a hit. So they weren't releasing a ton of figures. So Hasbro was like, you know what? This is an easy way to rake in profits because they knew everybody would be buying multiples of these. You might not buy multiples of Gung Ho. You might not buy multiples of Cobra Commander. So they thought, why not put out an army builder and people will go crazy? And that's exactly what happened. This figure was pretty hard to get when it first came out because everybody was buying them off the shelf for their armies. The back is pretty much the same, but I really love the artwork they have for Red Ninja here. And it's just, I mean, is this not iconic looking? Check that out. He's got the wide eyes and just the figure looks incredible. And like I said, another reason that they released a Cobra army builder is because there was hardly any Cobras in the line. There was a ton of G.I. Joe figures already released, but up to this point, there had only been 2, Destro and Cobra Commander. So they released the Red Ninja to kind of even it out a little bit. So you could actually, you know, build an army and display them with Cobra Commander and Destro sitting there. So very cool figures. And yeah, that's the G.I. Joe Classified Wave 2 figures. I'm definitely going to be back and show the Wave 3 figures, you know, all the figures from the line if I'm lucky enough to get them all. Thanks for watching, guys. And until next time, keep on reminiscing, y'all. Well, there you go. Wave 2 of the G.I. Joe Classified line. And that consists of Cobra Commander, Hasbro Pulse exclusive Royal Blue Cobra Commander, Gung Ho, and the infamous Cobra Red Ninja. I love these figures and I'm going to continue to talk about them if you guys continue to watch the videos. If you guys have any questions about any of the G.I. Joe Classified line figures or these figures in general, make sure to leave your comment in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, keep on reminiscing. Baby! Cobra! Attack!
Hey, boss, that hissing fool's on the TV again.
Citizens of the United States, I am pleased to announce Cobra's Economic Recovery Plan. If you want money to buy food for your children, take all your valuables to the nearest branch of Extensive Enterprises. There, all goods will be exchanged for Cobra currency.